Have you been enjoying your trailblazing adventures in Honkai Star Rail? Have you also been thinking, I wish more of my friends were playing this game with me? Well, you came to the right video. I understand the importance of explaining to my friends who my daddy or mommy favorite characters are, how they can casually obliterate their enemies by summoning mass weapons of destruction from the sky.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
Lead us not into temptation,
And I know
but deliver.
exception.
Which brings me to the purpose of this video. I wanted to create a video where I could simply explain to my friends what Honkai Star Rail is all about. So if you're here because you want to know if Honkai Star Rail is worth investing your time into, what better way than to listen to me? A beginner has literally been playing the game for the past couple of days and have continuously flopped during boss battles, but I'm trying my best, I swear, please give me a chance. In this video, I'll be giving a simplified version without much spoilers to the story of the many different gameplay elements in Honkai Star Rail in hopes of getting you to give Honkai Star Rail a chance. Keep in mind, I'm not an expert by all means, so I'll probably be trying to summarize some concepts as simply as I can without getting into too much nitty-gritty. All of my commentary is based on my thoughts and my opinions at the end of the day, and I'm just here to explain the game and what I found enjoyable so far. And let me tell you, I've been living my dreams.
Homosexual. At some point. Huh?
Anyways, let's begin. Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based game. Just a brief overview, your characters in a party of 4 will be taking turns completing actions with the end goal of winning the fight. The combat system is a perfect addition to my Sunday afternoon tea sessions. And I don't mean this in any sort of negative way, the gameplay is very engaging and also quite challenging. But as it's a turn-based game, I don't need to necessarily do any real-time dodges.
That's weird.
And I could just use my IQ instead. Your characters all have a basic attack, a skill, an ultimate, a talent, and a technique. Even though Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based game, there are still some open-world elements that have been incorporated within the gameplay. Your characters will be able to run around the different worlds you visit and explore every nook and cranny in each zone available to you. This is where your character's techniques shine. Techniques are extra skills that you can use before engaging in combat to get an upper hand. You could possibly buff your attack, regenerate your energy for your ultimate, or inflict big damage while breaking enemy weaknesses in exchange for one of your technique points. You start off with 3 technique points, but this will increase as you progress within the game. Also, if you hit this purple glowy thingy in the open world, you'll regenerate your technique points, so keep that in mind. Once you're in combat, your characters have a point system which depletes when using skills, but regenerates when using basic attacks. By being hit by an enemy, or hitting an enemy yourself, you will regenerate energy for your ultimate, and once it is ready, it can be casted at any time, even if it is out of your character's turn. This allows you to turn the tide of battle. In this sequence, one of my party members was about to get, but I interrupted the enemy's turn by using Natasha's ultimate, healing my ally before the enemy dealt their final blow.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Lastly, talents are passive skills that will be triggered during combat. These could be attack buffs, counter-attack passives, etc. Characters have different paths and combat types that reflect their role. There are currently 7 paths in total, all having different playstyles of their own, and there are 7 combat types represented by different elements. For example, one of the characters that you'll be unlocking for free is March 7th, and her path is called the Preservation. This makes her excel in playing a defensive role in your team, which in her case, she'll be able to cast shields for your teammates that will also create a taunting effect, making enemies target that specific teammate. We can also see here that March 7th combat type is Ice. So once we engage in battle, we can break enemies that are weakened to ice using March 7th. This makes them susceptible to being frozen and taking additional ice damage. We can see that each enemy will have different types that they are weakened by, so it's good to build a team that can cover enemy weaknesses. You'll also be able to maximize your character's potential by leveling them up, adding points to their skill tree, and providing them with stat improvements and bonuses through various equipments known as light cones or relics and ornaments, all obtainable within the game's systems. New characters and high-level light cones are obtainable through... Oh my god. Gacha. If you don't know what gacha is, I'll come back to this in a bit. The game also runs on an energy system. You'll be able to play normally even with 0 energy. You can complete quests, open treasure chests, defeat enemies, kind of just explore the map. But The energy system is there, and it's pretty much used to collect loot to upgrade your characters because obviously the dev cares so much about us and they want us to take breaks. Anyways, there's a learning curve for sure when it comes to finding strategic ways to build optimal teams, but the game does teach you the basic fundamentals that you'll need to enjoy playing, and it's actually quite accessible for beginners. You might have to do a bit of reading, but it's only natural, and you'll be learning the ins and outs as you progress through the game. But what is Honkai Star Rail really all about? Let me give you a little introduction to the game's story. Okay, I'm not the best storyteller, but I'll attempt to explain to you some important concepts just so that you can understand the world of Honkai Star Rail a little bit better. There's two main concepts I'd like to highlight, Aeons and Stellarons. Aeons have been defining the game as somewhat of a higher being, resembling something like a god. Each Aeon represents an ideal or unique concept in the universe, and this is reflected in their personal motivations and the type of power they hold. Very much like religion, Aeons will also have followers of their own, and these followers will continue to carry out their Aeon's motivations. Our main cast of characters follow the Aeon of Trailblazing. Once the owner of the Astral Express, their motivation was to explore the great unknown. On the other hand, not much is known about Stellarons, other than the fact that they are a type of life form resembling something of an energy source that reflects a certain path or Aeon's power. This power can be used to fulfill one's desires, which often ends up taking a turn for the worst. Interestingly, a Stellaron was actually planted into our main character by this dual-wielding pistol queen called Kafka, who works as a Stellaron hunter. Once you wake up, you basically meet the Astral Express crew, and this is where you travel to the different worlds together with them. Each world is filled with different enemy types and puzzles, and they all have their own main story and side story quests. You'll also get to meet new characters, which is definitely a highlight, and with the many zones available in each world, you'll also be able to explore and collect chests that provide materials that are used to enhance your characters. I was literally shooketh when I saw how beautiful the first region was, and I swear HoYoverse knows what they're doing with music, because the music in this game, while you're exploring the world, you'll also get a bunch of side quests from your phone, and also random interactions with characters you've met in-game, which is a nice surprise. The writing is also pretty comedic, and I found myself liking nearly every single character I encountered, even March 7 despite her unforgivable actions during her introduction sequence.
Miss Ivy Ahas Aguas. The who stole the love of my life are now.
There's currently 3 worlds right now, each with their own distinct thematics, which I highly recommend you to explore yourself. So other than story quests, you'll be able to complete a bunch of challenging content while on your trailblazing adventures. So far, I've unlocked the simulated universe and Forgotten Hall. Not sure if I've unlocked everything and if there's more coming. However, I recall HoYoverse stating that they already have a 6-year content plan in place. I'm not going to go into detail here, but the content itself is quite challenging and it'll take some time to build your character to the point where you'll be able to clear all the content I've mentioned. Your account will also have its own leveling system called the Trailblaze level. By raising your level, you'll be able to unlock higher level dungeons that allow you to grind for better loot and gear that will provide your character with the best boost in stats. There'll also be events that will be patched to the game from time to time, and new patches will bring in new worlds and progress the story further. They will also be introducing new characters as well. So you're probably wondering, why do you need friends to play this game?
She's got a point.
I think the only multiplayer feature I know so far is being able to use your friend's character as support characters that can be added into your party. But hopefully, there could be future multiplayer events or even a guild or club system added to the game. I think this is something quite important to mention. There are free characters that will be given to you, but if you want a specific 4-star or 5-star character, there is a gacha system implemented where you'll have to buy star passes to summon for the characters and pray that you get them. You can exchange stellar jades for star passes, which can be obtained through events, treasure chests found in maps, and paying real money. So there's multiple character banners. This is a regular banner where you have the chance of receiving one of the 7 5-stars available. You can also receive 5-star light cones and a handful of 4-star characters and light cones as well. and this banner will stay forever. Then there's a special character event banner, where there'll be one exclusive 5-star that you'll be able to pull during a period of time. 5-star characters on event banners will usually be paired with 3 other 4-star characters, and their rate will be increased significantly. On the regular banner, once you hit 80 pulls, you'll 100% get a 5-star character or light cone, and in every 10 pull, you will be guaranteed a 4-star character or light cone as well. The character event banner is kinda the same, but basically once you hit 90 pulls, you'll either get the 5-star event character in the banner or a standard 5-star character instead. If you happen to get a standard 5-star, the next 5-star you get will be the event banner character. This also applies to light cone banners as well. Your character can also gain extra combat bonuses if you are lucky enough to get duplicate copies of them from the gacha system. So for me personally, I think that when walking into this type of game, it's like very easy to be consumed by the desire of getting a specific character that you really want, but I also feel like there's a sense of enjoyment through just playing the game without spending as much, if not at all. I personally think that I would only buy the Battle Pass and the Express Supply Chain. However, this is just my opinion.
Nobody asked.
So yeah, that was my attempt at explaining Honkai Star Rail. Keep in mind I am just a beginner, so I probably left out like so much, and maybe a lot of you guys might know a lot more than what I know so far. All I know is I really do love Honkai Star Rail and I really enjoyed this game so far, and I just wanted to make this video to get my friends and maybe even you and your friends into trying the game with me. I've noticed that I've been burnt out from open world games lately. They've been feeling very tiring to play at times, and Honkai Star Rail was a great change of pacing. If you're new to turn-based, there's no harm in trying, and I personally recommend you to have a go at it. I'll be posting more Honkai Star Rail videos soon, and if you're interested in seeing more, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you all play this game with your friends and get all the characters you want. If there is anything else you'd like to add, please feel free to leave it in the comments, but please be nice. And may this journey lead us starward. Oh, he looked straight at me for like 3 seconds there. The eye contact.
I'm homosexual.